Yo, what's good with the YouTube, man? It's your boy Rojo. This is the Rojo Room. Hey, today what I was going to talk about, man, is a key figure in the underworld, gentleman from down south, uh, big gentleman from down south, Southern California. You guys know what I'm talking about, man. Um, was found slain in Long Beach. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to read this article. This is out of the LA Times from last year, and we'll get right to it. Reputed Mexican Mafia member slain in Long Beach homeless encampment. Samuel Villalba, a longtime member of the Mexican Mafia who had fallen out of favor with the prison gang, was shot to death over the weekend in Long Beach, according to police and law enforcement sources. Officers responded about 8 p.m. Sunday to a homeless encampment near the 91 freeway where they found Villalba, 64, shot multiple times in the chest. The Long Beach Police Department said. The Long Beach Police Department said in a statement, at least 2 men were spotted running from the scene. The police said the motive for the attack remains undetermined, but detectives were investigating it as gang-related. Villalba, originally from the Artesia street gang, was classified as a Mexican Mafia member by state prison authorities in 1984, according to law enforcement records. The Mexican Mafia is an organization of about 140 men, all but a handful of whom are incarcerated, that controls most Latino street gangs in Southern California. Mexican Mafia members levy taxes or take cuts of the proceeds of drug sales and other criminal rackets from territories under their control. In exchange, they protect Latino gang members in the prison and jail systems. Villalba was among 22 Mexican Mafia members and associates charged in a landmark racketeering case in 1994. An indictment implicated Villalba in the murder of Charlie Brown Manriquez, a reported Mexican Mafia member who briefly advised the director of the 1992 film American Me. Senior members of the Mexican Mafia were rumored to have been angered by the film, which depicted the organization's rise, particularly by a scene that depicted a founding member being assaulted in a deviant manner inside of a juvenile hall setting. Manriquez was shot to death March 25, 1992, at the Ramona Gardens public housing development in Boyle Heights. Ana Lizarraga, a paid consultant on the film, was gunned down by masked men 2 months after Manriquez's slaying. After being indicted, Villalba remained a fugitive for 5 months before he was arrested at a motel in Buena Park in 1995. He pleaded guilty to conspiring to commit racketeering and was sentenced to 14 years and 8 months in prison, court records show. Behind bars, he got into a dispute with a senior Mexican Mafia member, and that effectively cast him out of the organization's graces, according to law enforcement officials who weren't authorized to discuss the matter publicly and requested anonymity. Villalba assaulted James Rube Soto, a respected and aging member of the Mexican Mafia, who is now in his late 80s, an official said. In doing so, he violated a cardinal rule of the organization that forbids members from raising hands against one another. Inmates associated with the Mexican Mafia beat Villalba in retribution, and he left prison with a perennial target on his head, the official said. Villalba went back to prison in 2014 and again in 2016 for violating the terms of a supervised release, according to court records. He was later released from federal prison system in 2017, records show. Long Beach police said Villalba had been living at the encampment where he was found dead. Ramon Mundo Mendoza, a former member of the Mexican Mafia, suspected Villalba made a fatal mistake in returning to a neighborhood within the organization's reach. Sooner or later, Mundo said, someone's going to report back, hey, guess who I saw? This guy is an open target. It's what you call an open contract, and it's a lifetime contract. For a Mexican Mafia member, ordering a dropout's death is like buying a soda pop, he said. It's nothing to telesureño, the term for Latino street gang members loyal to the Mexican Mafia. You've got the green light. Go ahead and take him out. Still, Mendoza said it was extremely rare for a dropout, as former members of the Mexican Mafia are called, to be killed. He could think of only one other, Anthony Dido Moreno in 1995. In a small El Monte apartment, gunmen shot to death not just Moreno, who had dropped out of the Mexican Mafia in 1983, they also killed execution style his friend Gus Aguirre, his sister Maria Moreno, and Maria Moreno's 5-year-old daughter and 6-month-old son. Well, good luck. Well, as you can see, I did one on Convict's Perspective not too long ago about an individual who had a green light on him from the gentleman from down south for decades. And they had finally caught up with him in Chino. Or somebody caught up with him in Chino. They don't, it's not specified whether, it was attributed to the gentleman from down the way or, something in his personal life that might have caught up with him. You know what I mean? He's still out there maybe living that life. Who knows? There's all kinds of speculation, but that's what it is, the speculation. As is this case, it's real easy to throw big names out there, them alphabet names, in the underworld side, the ABs, the NS, the double M's, etc. In regards to some of these people, that have questionable histories with said organizations. It's real easy to pinpoint, oh, well, they got him or whatever. A lot of these people are career criminals, man, and they're still engaged in that lifestyle. While in theory, it's very, very possible that that group got it. Hey, but it's also very, very possible that he pissed somebody off. He was talking that shit, some money, did something scandalous. You never know. Then until that comes out, you can only speculate, offer, a perspective or, man, whatever it is at the end of the day, man, when you choose this lifestyle, and especially when you're in one of the big three, it's a lifetime commitment. When that commitment, goes sour, you mess up, you get to be unfavorable, conduct unbecoming, you decide to cooperate, you decide to just disappear, there's a target on you. And it, just like that article said, or Mundo said in that article, it never goes away. Once that green light's issued, it's a wrap. There's very, very, very few circumstances where it's, recalled. So, hey, the positive thing out of this story is, you don't get involved in things that you're not willing, 100% willing to have your ticket punched for. Because at the end of the day, there's none of, with the big three, there's no, hey, we're not talking to you anymore. You go over there. Nah. Your card will get pulled. They end your career different than retirement at a job. You know what I mean? You go bye-bye. And that's just the way it is. And it can happen at any time. I mean, these guys ditched, dodged, bobbed and weaved, wiggled, and moved for decades. All it takes is one unlikely encounter, one rare encounter with the wrong people. Word gets out, hey, that dude's on a piece of paper. And it's a wrap. All these gentlemen are dangerous. You can't play with them. You can't, why are you going to be in Long Beach if you're from an organization that totally dominates Southern California? I mean, what did you get? All your tattoos laser removed and some plastic surgery? Change your identity? Probably not. Common sense would tell you not to be around there, but hey, sometimes sense isn't all that common. Anyway, that's just a little bit of something about an individual that came up short. Probably, maybe not highly sought after, but sought after nonetheless. When paths cross, and, your number comes up on the screen, it's a done easy. Avoid that lifestyle if you don't want none of that stuff to happen to you, because it can. Sometimes it will. This is your boy Rojo. This is the Rojo Room. Y'all have a great rest of your day.